Hey, what's up guys, Snooty Minotaur here, and today's video is going to be very interesting. Considering the fact that I don't really go into community dramas or just controversies that happen often here on the channel, I don't really talk about it that much, but since people wanted me to express my thoughts and opinions about this whole situation, I might as well discuss it with you all in today's video. And that has to do with creative, and one of the biggest creators going under fire recently by the entire Fortnite community for doing some absolutely ridiculous things and even being called out for it. So we all know the map, The Pit. You've probably played this map at least once in creative before, and it's a very popular map within Fortnite creative. Well, the creator of this map, Gersey, isn't really a good person. Anyways, Gersey has a very popular map, and well, he thinks that he should be the only one in Fortnite that should have it. Which leads me on to another creative map creator named Leoxy. Sorry for getting your name wrong, by the way. What had happened was that Leoxy made a new version of The Pit called Pit Ranked, and their map was getting a lot of attention. And just before he was about to get his payout of the map, it was taken down out of nowhere with no explanation. Here's the tweet on screen, by the way, for those who want to see it. You can pause it, by the way. But he later then got an update about the whole situation, and it reads the following. I've got an email, and yes, it was Gersey who striked my map, even though he has, quote, trademarked on the name The Pit and not Pit. Sadly, this is how big creators work in the field. That is right. It turns out Gersey took down Leoxy's Pit map due to, quote, copyright.
What?
I'll touch upon this a bit later on why this was a BS takedown to begin with, but this was only the beginning, as this tweet went viral throughout the Fortnite community. And this was when a very small creator, you guys probably have never heard of him before, Cyphers PK, jumped in on this whole situation with this tweet. Yo, at Fortnite Create, you guys just letting one of your top map makers abuse copyright? No one owns the word pit. When Cypher posted this, Gersey actually responded, believe it or not. However, it was not in a good way. It was a really bad way and just made him look even worse here. Maybe ask a lawyer about the difference between copyright and trademark?
You're not that guy, pal. Trust me. You're not that guy.
Oh boy, the rabbit hole gets deeper. This is where Cyphers PK claps back with some extra credit, with Gersey admitting that his pit map was a version of The Pit. You can pause the video here to read this, but Gersey responded yet again with basically the same thing, telling the same thing that Cypher basically told him. Cypher then finishes his man's whole career just like Super Hot Fire with this legendary response. Go speak to your parents about not being a little bitch. Oh my god, that's brutal. That is really brutal. Now, in the midst of this situation, Fortnite's creative Twitter account actually responded to Leox's posts about this whole situation. I'm glad to say, after all the posts that they've posted, his map is back up, which is great. I'm very happy about that. I loved how the Fortnite community came to Leox's defense and got his map reinstated, and also exposed Gersey's shady practices within the community. However, it continues to get worse from here, as it turns out Gersey put a device on his map that looks like the Zeus Thunderbolt Mythic. You hear this? You ready to hear this, guys? That when interacting with it, all it will tell you to do is to favorite and like the map. Basically tricking kids into thinking that when you do this, you get the Zeus Mythic. And it worked, as the Pit is now the most favorited map in Fortnite. Trying to trick people into liking a map is very low. What's even lower is by trying to take down any competition and basically trying to silence them just by making something that's similar. You can say the same thing about me with my content, but I completely digress here in this entire situation. With Gersey, however, it was bad. And you certainly can't take down someone's map or content that they have made all because it has the word pit in it, which, by the way, you cannot copyright a single word or even a phrase. It's a simple Google search. Maybe Gersey should have taken his own advice on the situation and learned basic copyright laws. Is that just me? And even at that, by the way, the Pit idea originated from Minecraft. So he's basically taking an idea that wasn't even his to begin with and trying to fly it around like it's his own. And if we're going back to the word thing here, that's like if I was to take the word milk or anything that has to do with the word milk, and it would either be taken down from the internet, or it would have to go all the way through me to go like, yeah, that's a good idea, you could pass that along. Does that make any sense whatsoever? No, because that makes absolutely no sense. There's a lot more to this situation that I'm not going to go into, but this whole situation is just bad, and it just shows how flawed Fortnite creative is nowadays. I do think that it's one of the best things that happened to Fortnite. I'm gonna say that right now. It's a great thing that Fortnite has creative in here, but it also came with a huge price, and that is people abusing the system, just like how we saw Gearsy did. I really hope something good comes out of this entire situation, as I think it's utterly ridiculous in general. Just because you have some form of competition, that doesn't make it the right for you to not let them grow as well. You know what I mean? I think that creative has some amazing maps and map creators in it, like either big or small, but it doesn't justify the actions that happened within this entire situation, as anyone, either big or small, has the right to make maps just like the pit in their own versions or in their own visions, or even in their own ways in general. You could say the same thing with the red versus blue maps that exist. Anyone can make a new version of that genre and put their own spin or even twist to them. Let people create what they want and not be punished and or silenced by people who have either big egos or very low IQ. That last bit was a joke, by the way. But anyways, this was a short video. I wanted to get this video out because people really wanted me to talk about this here. It's a really bad situation. I really hope it does go better than for worse. And I really hope that Fortnite does actually improve creative, because this whole situation just proves how flawed the creative system is in general. And I really hope that both parties here in general learn from this entire situation. And I really hope Gearsy actually makes a good apology and a response to this. I think he generally should. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's video. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did happen to enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. Don't forget to check out my Twitter, aka my X account. Socials are all on screen. Thank you all so much for watching. I love every single one of you. Remember, everyone, it's always good to take chances.